What
I
up?
think that's a ceiling.
If 2:30 p.m. in the morning is p.m. not a.m., then a.m. can't be p.m. because p.m. is the same as like candy being mayonnaise and mayonnaise being left. It's all the same shit.
So you're saying this is the last episode left in the season?
I think that's what I'm trying to say. I kind of got a little lost. I think what I'm trying to say is this is the last episode for season 1 of the podcast. Is that what I'm trying to say?
What are you trying to say?
Fuck it. Um, 2:30 p.m. in the morning. This will officially be our last episode for the year. Wrapping up season 1 with a bang. We decided to do a themed episode for y'all motherfuckers out there. Tell them what the theme of the episode is, my bro.
Icons. And I figured, why not do one of the goats of icons, Snoop Doggy Dogg.
Hell yeah.
He's one of many icons, and when we talk about icons, we're not just talking about rappers, we're not just talking about musicians, but just artists who go, beyond what defines art.
Being a celebrity in any kind of sense of the word is one thing, but to be able to use your platform in positive ways to be able to give back and use your art and your craft as a way to give something to the people, that in my book makes you an icon regardless of what form of entertainment or industry you're in.
And Snoop's one of these icons that he can't be categorized, he can't be boxed into any particular thing. Sure, is he a rapper? Is he known for his rap? Yeah. But he's also an actor. He's also a cookbook writer. He's also a gin connoisseur. He's also a kids football coach.
Yeah, that's what I was saying about giving back to the community, like coaching little league, like that's a massive thing. That's a huge thing. And if y'all are unaware, there's actually a movie by Snoop starring Snoop about him coaching. Fictional story based on non-fictional shit.
Oh, really? What movie is that?
I'll have to Google it to remember the name. But there is a movie based off of it.
I need to go watch that. But talking about Snoop movies, what are your favorite Snoop Dogg movies?
Some of my favorite Snoop movies are The Wash, which is absolute classic. A horror movie named Bone. It's cheesy as fuck, but it's such a dope film.
Snoop's cameo in Training Day.
I haven't seen Training Day.
Oh, you got to see Training Day.
Denzel, Macy Gray. I know I've got to see it.
What about Scary Movie 5?
I was
absolute dog shit movie, but the scene
cameo,
with
him and Mac Miller.
Yeah, that's classic.
The scene where they're pulling out the guns. But no, Snoop's done some fantastic stuff. I would say for me, the absolute apex of Snoop was probably Huggy Bear and Starsky and Hutch, because that was Starsky and Hutch being an old sort of procedural cop drama from late 70s, early 80s. That was a big role to step into, Huggy Bear, and I don't think anybody could have nailed a modern day comedy take on Huggy Bear in a way that Snoop did. It was fantastic. Or him painting himself white for Meet the Blacks.
Oh, that was hilarious, because the amount of people who saw the post up on social media with no context
and just thought Snoop lost his mind.
Yeah, let's talk about where it all started for Snoop Dogg, and
let's do it.
And it obviously started with the music, and one of Snoop Dogg's first music releases, his first debut album was Snoop Doggy Dogg's Doggy Style, which to this day is probably the best, besides maybe Get Rich or Die Trying.
Well, it was one of the most highly anticipated rap albums ever, and again, Get Rich or Die Trying kind of had that same momentum, so this album is a big deal.
So for Snoop Dogg's first ever album, he set a standard that I don't think he's topped yet.
No.
But yeah, this is an absolute classic album, Snoop Doggy Dogg's Doggy Style. And by the way, after this album, Snoop Dogg rebranded as Snoop Dogg, because Snoop Doggy Dogg was just too cool. One person that had a big impact on this album was, of course, Dr. Dre with his G-Funk production. But another name that goes under the radar is a guy called the DOC.
Shout out DOC.
DOC, who's still in the music industry today. was one of the ghostwriters of NWA. He was like an unofficial member of NWA.
Yeah.
And
Largely contributed to their debut album.
and without the DOC to help mentor Snoop Dogg, we wouldn't have the current iteration of Snoop Dogg today. Because Snoop Dogg could rap, but he didn't have that charisma and flair that he's known for today. And Snoop Dogg, if you look up, different interviews, Snoop Dogg to this day still credits the DOC for being instrumental with his music career. And does the DOC? Yeah, the DOC does have a few features on here. We've got Serial Killer, and this was before the DOC's accident.
Yeah. And for those of you who don't know, the DOC was in a car accident when he was younger that completely fucked up his throat and his vocal cords, and now he has this kind of a voice, but he's still out there grinding, doing his thing.
And we've got a few instrumental tracks. Like when I say instrumental, not like beats, but I mean like very important tracks on this album. And of course,
like pivotal to shaping the culture.
Of course, we've got Who Am I? What's My Name?
Snoop Doggy Dogg.
And that's probably the biggest single from the album.
Yeah. That's
but we've also got my favorite, Gin and Juice.
Gin and Juice. On that topic of gin and juice, we'll get into a little something a little bit later on the episode.
And if you look at the Gin and Juice music video, the gin that they're using in the video is called Seagram's Gin, which unfortunately I don't think we can get here in Australia. I've looked it up a few times, and I'm sure if I paid like an arm and a leg in shipping, I'd be able to get it, but I'm not willing to do that right now. But he does shout out Tanqueray in the lyrics, and Tanqueray, easily accessible, one of the biggest gins in the world, and also one of my favourites. So Snoop Dogg knows his gin, and he knows his juice.
I can't keep looking at executive producer Suge Knight.
Yeah,
I can't get fucking past it.
It's wild because this.
Fuck Suge Knight.
I bought this before Death Row was reacquired by Snoop Dogg. Well, not reacquired, acquired. But,
yeah.
But how full circle is that? Like, Snoop Dogg's like the big star on the label, then he leaves the label because of all the drama. 20, 30 years later, he buys the label.
Do you know, at one point, Hasbro owned Death Row?
That's wild. It's
yeah.
Like the Monopoly guy dropping bangers. Hasbro, didn't they have the Ouija board?
Yo, the fact that you can buy Ouija boards in like toy shops,
yeah, that's wild.
It's so fucked up. Oh, that's gold.
Yeah, I mean, there's a whole conversation to be had there, but let's get back to the Snoop Dogg.
It will keep moving.
So we've got the cover art here, which is Snoop Dogg in a doggy house. Beware of dog with 2 G's.
The artwork is crazy.
Yeah, Snoop is always on top of things, which yeah, that's a little adult humor in there.
Have this for a second.
Yeah.
Look at that. Look how fire that animation is. Like, whoever designed this is fire. And you got that, like, mad picture on the back. Absolute classic.
And it's like a very old school CD because it's got a music video on it, like in probably like 420p, so you'd have to like squint really hard to see it in high definition.
Bro, just the fact that it's a CD makes it old school.
Yeah, and geez, like how young is he there? Like he's probably younger than us right now.
Yeah, well, considering we're nearly fucking 30.
Yeah, don't tell the audience that.
I mean, we're young, vibrant bucks.
Oh wow, I've never actually opened up the artwork yet.
That's kind of disturbing.
Yeah, probably couldn't get away with that these days.
Like a naked chick dog with like a tail and stuff that kind of looks like a dick.
But you know what? That was the 90s. You could get away with stuff like that. There's no like credits in there. It's just
you should go show the people the comic book on the inside.
It's like, what's going on there? Like,
I wrote and produced all the songs, and Snoop owes me a blowjob for it. I'm still waiting on that blowjob. Well,
as an icon who's good at many different things, I'm sure he could do that.
Yeah, bro. I mean, you slap a bit of peanut butter on the knob.
And then the next big, The next important Snoop Dogg album is actually a Dr. Dre album. Now, a lot of people are probably going to be like, well, technically it's a Dr. Dre album. I just fucking said that, didn't I? But let's be real. This is a Dr. Dre produced album that primarily features Snoop Dogg as a rapper. Snoop Dogg's on like nearly every single track. So we've got the classics, Nothing But a G Thing. When people hear that, do they think Dr. Dre or do they think Snoop Dogg? Let's be real.
I mean, every time you say "let's be real," I like to think of Cypress Hill. But the Chronic, Dr. Dre's the Chronic. That's kind of like what the whole idea was, though, was to sort of same with 2001 was more to push Dre as a producer than a rapper, making these full, almost sort of like compilation albums to give other rappers the platform where he can shine as a producer. And I mean, the Chronic is still an absolute like pivotal part of shaping that era of hip hop culture. So.
And also another shout out to DOC. He was another instrumental artist involved in this record. If it wasn't for the DOC, this never would have came out. 2001 never would have came out.
And let's face it, 2001, probably one of the greatest rap albums of our generation.
Yeah, and I've got 2001 right here. And Snoop Dogg is not as involved in this one, but he is involved in the big songs. Like we've got Still Dre, and we've got The Next Episode.
I mean, this album alone, Snoop, Nate, Exhibit, the feature list on this album is just phenomenal.
And then we've got this was one of the world's first introductions to Royce the 5'9", who wrote The Message, and that was about, if I'm correct, it was about Royce the 5'9"'s brother or one of his family members. But then they repurposed it to be about Dr. Dre's situation.
Yeah.
But yeah, there's like no skippable songs on this, besides Pause for Porno. That's a bit awkward to.
I still say as Eminem fans, we can't get past Forgot About Dre.
Yeah, because that was so cool because M wrote the verse and did an acapella and Dre built the beat. For that.
Yeah. Didn't M also write Dre's verses?
For some of for Forgot About Dre, absolutely.
Yeah.
Some of the other tracks, I'm not sure. I know Still Dre was Jay-Z.
Jay-Z, yeah.
Did Jay-Z write for Snoop Dogg too?
Yeah.
Yep.
So Z wrote Snoop and Dre's parts. And that's like when you're ghostwriting for another artist, trying to like write in their cadence. Like Eminem is really good at that. Jay-Z was really good at that. But when I asked about the verses, I specifically meant Forgot About Dre. Because I know that on a lot of the Eminem collaborations, M has written Dre's bars. Because I mean, let's face it, Dre's not a writer.
Yeah.
He's a rapper and a producer. But if you actually listen to shit that Dre's written himself, it's not great. So like when M's writing in Dre's cadence or like Jay-Z's writing in Snoop's cadence, like you have to really understand not only the artist that you're writing for, but like the craft at large to be able to write accurately as somebody else for somebody else.
So unfortunately, I've only got the one Snoop Dogg album on hand with me, Doggy Style. I do have I think it's the Blueprint, the one with the Gorillaz collab, the one with the Willie Nelson collab. There's also a Kanye collab on that, but that album's not too bad. This is my favorite, but I wish I had more actual physical CDs from Snoop. Are there any albums particular that you want to talk about?
Not albums, but there is a song in particular. Not a Snoop Dogg song, right? But it has Snoop on it. But it was from his Snoop Lion period. Where, like, and I remember when that happened, everyone went, Snoop changed his name and stopped rapping. I was like, no, he's still Snoop Dogg. He just did a project under this name. But when he was doing the Snoop Lion vibe, he did a song with Eddie Murphy called Red Light. Eddie's been a reggae pop singer since the 80s, maybe a little earlier. Basically, as soon as his acting career and comedy career took off, he started making music as well.
He's also an incredible singer.
He is fantastic singer. So Eddie Murphy did this song during the Snoop Lion period called Red Light. which is stop, look, reflect on what's happening, be the change we need, that sort of concept. But while Snoop's part on it is so minimal, it was extremely impactful, and their voices, their styles and their cadence, they complemented each other extremely well. YouTube, Eddie Murphy, Red Light featuring Snoop Lion or Snoop Dogg, either one will come up. Absolute fire song. So yeah, not album specifically, but that song I wanted to give that song a shout out. So I really do like that song.
But that is the cool thing about Snoop is he can dive into these different projects, and like I think he did a whole gospel album as well at one point. I haven't listened to that yet, but
Didn't he also write a kids book?
he did. He's also got a kids TV show which is really cool, which
That's
is like all
crazy.
about positive affirmations, and it's like kind of like Snoop Dogg crossed with the Wiggles. It's super kid friendly, but that's the thing about Snoop Dogg. Like I said, he's got no limitations when it comes to being creative. Like he's like, I'll do a kids show. I'll put out a cereal brand. I'll do a cookbook.
Well, at some point, you'll get people that argue that that's like literally the definition and essence of selling out.
Like it can be. It depends how it's done, right? If you look at someone who's just putting their name on a bunch of things for the sake of it. Yeah.
Pitbull.
Sure. But like if you look at Snoop Dogg, he's putting his name on things that he genuinely cares about. So
Yeah. I agree.
so he put out the song Gin and Juice. Now he's got his own gin.
And you can buy in the States and in Canada, you can buy pre-mixed gin and juice cans.
Yeah.
That were brought out in a collaboration between him, Dre, and Jimmy Iovine, I think, was involved in the gin and juice cans. Um, if you watch the Eminem interviewing Slim Shady skit that they did, the gin and juice cans are heavily featured in that.
So talking about movies and music, this is probably the gold tier.
This is the goat of all fucking rap concerts right here.
Not for children.
Absolutely not for children.
How old were you when you first watched this?
Okay.
You were a child, weren't you?
Yeah, I mean, I was 10 or 11.
Yeah.
Like,
Yeah, I got told, just be careful, it was quite adult, and then I watched it, I'm like, yeah, it's quite adult, but I dig it.
and we are, of course, talking about the legendary superstar lineup concert that is Up in Smoke, which tailored into the 2001 era with Dre.
Because around this time, all of them had new albums coming out. We had
Marshall Mathers LP.
yeah, and also I don't know how true it is, but I used to hear rumors that Tupac was originally going to be on this. This tour was what, 1999.
Well, apparently that's why they had Eminem on board. Was Eminem supposedly replaced Tupac?
Yeah. But yeah, most of this is Snoop and Dre, and there's a lot of short, I guess, I don't know if they're skits or short films. So
little skits
more acting flexes from Snoop Dogg.
Yeah, it was a really, because instead of just being like rappers on a stage, it had an entire narrative that it followed, like sort of like, in a similar vein but a completely different concept, but in a similar vein to like the Hilltop Hoods,
Parade of the Dead.
Parade of the Dead. That Bliss and Esso, when they did, and it was running on air, the live tour DVD, like there's a narrative that is they sort of follow, and I think that's cool. But this concert was fire. I mean, we open with Cuban West Coast Connection, then we deep dive into Eminem, then we get the Snoop and Dre, and we get artists that are brought out on stage like Exhibit, God, I'm struggling to think of all the backup art. D12 coming out. The chick that did the song with the I can do it, put your ass into it.
Oh
I
yeah.
can do it, put your back into it. That chick came out and did that collab. That was fire.
Who else? Nate Dogg.
Nate Dogg comes out and kills it.
Dub C.
True. Watching the West Coast Connection boys do the crip walk. That
The amount of times I tried to emulate that myself, I'm like, these guys are too good.
it's a combination of like shuffle, step, and like just some basic jigginess. And like I can't step and I can't shuffle. So
I used to, if we're talking about like shuffling, like the whole moonwalking sort of thing. I can't actually moonwalk, but when I was a younger kid, I could shuffle decently.
yeah, well, watching people get their like and they move their legs and bodies and
And
they
it's just
skip sideways.
it's like they're just sliding on the.
Yeah, it's crazy. So when you combine, and then you've got step, which is like that sort of shit. When you combine elements of step, elements of shuffle, and a little bit of gangster swag, you get the crip walk.
Yeah, it's so cool, but
it's crazy. I will say, this Up in Smoke was an extremely important part of shaping my interest in wanting to become a rapper. I've been rapping since I was 9 years old. When I first started getting, I've told the story how I heard Vanilla Ice and then I started getting into Eminem. But the first time I saw this, like I said, I was maybe 10 or 11, and it opened my eyes like to I sort of knew Cube and I knew of these people, but I wasn't that big into rap. This tour, this concert was an extremely important thing for me because it made me go, oh, not only can I do this, but there's a chance to be successful at it. There's a whole culture out there as opposed to just music.
And up until 50 Cent, all these guys on the cover there, they were the absolute juggernauts of hip hop.
Yeah, I mean, just on the cover we got Cube, Dre, Snoop, and M. Like, it's Up in Smoke. If you are a hip hop fan, if you're especially a 2020s hip hop fan and you're not 100% sure what we're talking about, you can find this online. You can still buy it on DVD. Hell, go on fucking Pirate Bay and download it. Just watch this fucking tour, start to finish. Don't skip a scene. You won't regret it.
Oh, actually, one of my favorite parts is the Ice Cube opening scene when he comes down in the massive Ice Cube.
This is a big silver space dildo.
If you're brave enough.
He has trouble He just rams this in his piss hole, widens that fucker up, pisses like a racehorse. If you've got bladder issues or penile problems, big silver space dildo.
This is the new cocktail shaker made by Hexclad in collaboration with Snoop Dogg, Dr. Dre, and Gordon Ramsay's in the advert, which is kind of funny. I will put up an unboxing review of this soon. But yeah, we're gonna use this today. And I've got Snoop Dogg's gin right here. But Snoop Dogg has another gin, which is in collaboration with Dr. Dre and Jimmy Iovine, called Still Gin. I can't get that right now. So we've got this one instead.
Instead of Still Gin, we have Indigo. Look at that! Look at that bottle! Isn't it beautiful?
Mm.
Look at that! How gorgeous is that? Like,
and I like how they spelled indigo because it's got like doggo within it.
It's just gorgeous. Truly is.
But Snoop Dogg being a gin connoisseur, he's been involved with promoting different gins. He had a promotion deal with Tanqueray 10 when that came out. And being a Tanqueray fan, that was cool. But then this came out and it was his first signature gin, which is a strawberry flavoured gin, and I'm keen to try it. Being a gin fan myself, being a Snoop Dogg fan, I think this is going to be interesting. Although it did cost like $100, so it better be fucking worth it. Alright, so let's see. Okay, we got a little thing to open up. Why did I cut my nails this morning?
You should like go right up to the camera and crack it so they can hear that. Like, oh.
Let me just
break the seal.
Yeah, just get the first little bit off first. Otherwise, we're gonna be here forever.
Snoop Doggy Dogg.
Okay, let's open up this puppy.
Snoop Dogg Indigo Gin. Oof. Oof.
That's rubbish, I'll clean up later. And then we got the twist test, or there's a guy on YouTube that does this gin review and he's like the cork test. This isn't a cork, I don't think. Or maybe it is.
Oh shit! Hear that pop, son?
You can smell the strawberry. That's like super strawberry-y.
Oh, extremely.
Like it smells super sweet. But
It almost smells like gummy lollies.
like a strawberry hubba bubba almost. You could put this into a vape, and it might not be the smartest thing to do, but
If y'all could smell this right now, I wish we had smell-o-vision, because this smells delicious.
yeah. So I'm just gonna go get a measurer, so we're being sensible. So I'll just do half an ounce.
That going. Ugh.
Okay. So the smell really good, but it is like 40% ABV. So
I'm gonna have a sipper, and then I'm gonna mix some of that bad boy in it. Let's go.
that's quite smooth for me. The strawberry is a lot stronger in the smell.
Alrighty, boom. Alrighty. So what we have here is Indigo Gin and Mango Loco Monster. I'm not a huge fan of straight alcohol. I still prefer mixed drinks because they're just easier to swallow, they're more palatable, etc. So whilst Cody is a fan of the gin, I figured I would try a little mixer. But here we go. Cheers, my bro.
Cheers.
Cheers. Let's go.
So as a gin fan,
Ooh.
it's not super complex. It's like you get that juniper and you get a little bit of strawberry and some citrus, but it's not super complex. So for me, I think you can get better gins for the same price point. But you know, I'm a Snoop Dogg fan, so even if this was $200, I'd still probably buy it. Like I bought Yellow Wolf's whiskey from America, imported it, and that took
It's really nice.
a lot of money out of my bank account. So try that one. That's just melted ice.
Yeah, try that.
Yeah, that's actually rounds out the
I like it.
Yeah, I'm gonna go make myself a proper drink. So, so I'm gonna make myself a gin margarita, which a margarita is a tequila drink. So yeah, not a margarita.
We're here up in the Falcon's Lab kitchen.
And I'm the 2:30 p.m. in the morning podcast.
What are you making for the people?
I'm gonna make a gin margarita.
A gin margarita. Well, I'm gonna leave him to it. You walk the people through the process. Snoop Dogg Indigo Gin, a gin margarita made with the homie Falcon. I'm out.
Okay, so I'm going to do an in-depth review of this entire shaker, but this one is double-walled, so I'm not going to feel anything on the outside, so I've got to make sure I shake it for like 30 seconds, otherwise it's not going to work. So we're going to start with 1.5 ounces of our Snoop Dogg gin. So let's go. And I'm getting this recipe off the Still Gin website, which is Snoop Dogg and Dr. Dre's gin. I figured, you know what, it's just going to translate good for a Snoop Dogg standalone gin. Okay, so we're going to do 1/2 ounce of Cointreau. And if you don't have Cointreau, you can use just a regular triple sec. Then we're going to go 1 ounce of lime juice. And then we're going to finish it off with a little bit of agave. So 1/4 ounce of agave. Margaritas are typically tequila, so the agave syrup in this instance will make it feel more like a traditional margarita. So we're going to go 1/4 ounce of that. Alright, so we're going to put the lid on, give it a shake. Okay, now we've got our finished cocktail. Okay, so we got our finished drink here.
Interruption.
Got our finished drink here. That's why I doubled most recipes. I only made like 1/2 glass. But that's all good. I'm trying to cut back at the moment, so yeah. Worked out.
Cheers, bro.
You know what, that could have been shaken a little bit longer.
We have the rest of this episode to do. See you then.
Yeah. Cheers.
Cheers.
I've got my Snoop Dogg Strawberry Gin Margarita.
And I have Snoop Dogg Strawberry Gin and Mango Loco. And honestly, they're both pretty fire.
This one's a little bit unbalanced.
That's your fault.
That's just, Yeah, I mean, kind of. Maybe because it's gin and not tequila, that's probably the problem. I prefer the gin on its own probably, but that's a testament to the gin. But yeah, if you're a fan of Snoop Dogg and you want to support his work without buying alcohol, another great way to do that. Well, a great way to do that would to be buy his cookbooks. Snoop Dogg has free cookbooks now.
And if you're unaware, the rap cookbooks are like a genuine thing. There are a lot of rappers or people within the hip hop industry that have their own cookbooks.
So we've got Snoop Dogg's first cookbook right here, which is called From Crook to Cook.
Boom boom.
And it's got it's got some really nice artwork on here. Like it's very simple, but it's like
I like the green.
Yeah.
It's a nice dark green which kind of accentuates the brownie gold, and I think that's cool.
Yeah. And
a dog's gotta eat.
A dog's gotta eat. Which there's a lot of because there's Snoop Dogg wasn't the only writer in this with Ryan Ford. So Ryan Ford is probably a chef that probably wrote pretty much all the recipes, and Snoop Dogg's put his own spin on it.
Mm.
So this is what we tried in our first episode of
Falcon's Lab.
So this was the fried chicken recipe that I used.
Might have to get that closer to the camera.
Alright. So this was the fried chicken recipe that I used in the first episode of Falcon's Lab. It was very good.
It was extremely good. Falcon's Lab was our official follow-up to episode 3. If you check out episode 3, it says to be continued. First episode of Falcon's Lab will be out for Christmas.
And then we've got a heap of different recipes in here, but it's not just
Is that a lobster?
Yes, and that one's actually pretty cool because it's based on his trip to Australia, where he tried lobster thermidor for the first time, which for me to make that recipe a bit out of my price range.
Lobster's expensive, man.
Yeah.
I mean, fuck it, let's just go into the ocean and catch our own big meaty bastard.
I did buy a lobster tail one time because it was half price at Coles, and it was like a frozen lobster tail already cooked, and I don't know, that's my only lobster experience, so I can't really say much about that. Caesar salad, I remember making that one time, and I was just getting to cooking at the time, and I cooked it exactly how it says to cook it on the thing, and the chicken was like raw in the middle. So I'm like, yeah, I'm gonna go back to the drawing board on that. This one is one of my favorite ones in the recipe. It's super simple. It's called
Billionaire's Bacon.
Billionaire's Bacon is basically bacon cooked crispy with brown sugar and chili flakes. Like
it kind of looks like there's black peppercorn in there too, but I imagine that's probably the chili flake.
Oh no, it is black pepper.
Oh, it is black pepper.
Yeah. So there's the drinks chapter, and this is probably the only recipe, just being real, probably the only recipe written by Snoop Dogg. And the recipe is called OG Gin and Juice.
Gin, orange juice.
So ingredients, gin, orange juice, no measurements, and then instructions. Take some gin, take some juice, mix it up, that's it. Okay, so second book here. Honestly, I haven't looked at this one a whole lot, but it's a collaboration with another rapper, another West Coast legend, E40.
E40!
So yeah, I haven't looked at this, so I'm just going to flip through random pages.
Is that a hot wing I saw?
Was it? It is.
Ooh, sticky Asian chicken wings. Now that I can fuck with.
Frito pie. I saw a video on Frito pie recently. Flamin' Hot Cheetos mac and cheese bites. Yeah, I don't know about that.
Yeah, no.
E40 water. What's E40 water? We got vodka, mango juice, lemon juice, lime juice, malt liquor.
Oh.
Mango flavored soda, ripe mango, and mint for garnish. Okay.
So basically, it's mango flavored alcohol.
It's like a tropical mango cocktail. So this is a 19 Crimes shout out. So 19 Crimes is an Australian wine brand that Snoop Dogg did a bunch of collabs with.
Shout out Australia.
I did buy it, and to be honest, it wasn't the best.
Fuck you, Australia.
It was cool marketing, but yeah, the Snoop Dogg wine specifically wasn't my favorite. Crab boil. I'm sure crab boil is actually good, but like just the crab boil doesn't sound appealing to me.
Aren't they the name of fucking Malfoy's goons in Harry Potter?
I don't know.
Crab and Boil. No, Crab and Goyle. Boil? Crab and Boil? I swear to God, there is goons, like Malfoy's goons on Harry Potter.
Well, the book is called Goon with a Spoon. This has a lot of interesting looking recipes, but also the whole enchilada.
The whole enchilada.
That sounds sexual. Bacon cheeseburger lumpia.
Lumpia.
So lumpia is like a Filipino spring roll, and they're actually really good. But
Oh yeah.
But I don't know how the Filipinos would feel about this cultural appropriation.
I mean, we're Australian, dude. We have no food culture. We just appropriated millions of other food cultures.
Oh, this looks good. Another Filipino-inspired one. Short rib adobo.
Adobo.
Yeah, adobo is good if you haven't had adobo. And then we've got
short rib adobo.
Cali bread in the background.
Long story short, though, Snoop's got some fire cookbooks.
He does have a new book out, which I'm keen to buy. Legally, I can't cook anything from it because it is a weed recipe book.
We don't condone taking drugs.
What about cooking? I mean, we can't. Yeah. But anyway, the new Snoop Dogg book is a collaboration with Martha Stewart. It's a baking book, and it's got recipes for weed and without weed. Yeah. So outside of that, were there any rap battles coming up that you wanted to talk about?
I do, actually. I have my next battle is Jan 24, Australia Day weekend. We're calling this bitch Bar Australia Day. Bad Decisions in Fitzroy. Y'all know the place. It goes from 7 till 11, so a little bit of a different format this time around. I know that you were going to try and make it. I've got a few other homies that are trying to make it out. It's me versus Marty March, the Enigma, with that fucking headliner. 30G, as always, shout out the crew. Other than that, I do have some other battles teed up, but nothing is concrete at the moment. Back in the studio in March, I got 3 back-to-back days, 8 hours a day. Gonna go in and smash out as much of Dead Bodies as possible. That's about it.
Yeah, this Bar Australia event sounds like it's going to be a cracker.
Yeah.
Yeah.
For Bar Australia.
I'm definitely going to try to get the day off, or the night off, because it's a later event, so I could,
Yeah. Tickets are on sale now. Don't worry, I've got a couple of tickets reserved for the homies. Sweet. But tickets are on sale now. They are selling fast, man. They are selling like fucking hotcakes. Because this is an incredible event with a stacked card. If you're a battle rap fan, you do not want to miss this one. So head over to the 30G socials. I think the Battle Bar have shared links as well. Hit up the links on the socials. Follow the links. Go buy yourself a ticket, man. They're cheap and it's worth it. Do it.
So Falcons Lab.
Falcons Lab.
So that's a new series we're starting to do all the stuff that I want to do on the podcast that we don't have time to do on the podcast.
Yeah, so Falcons Lab is going to have a heavy focus on Falcon cooking, trying different boozy treats.
Beat making behind the scenes.
Beat making, all that kind of crazy crap. Just the man being creative. The first episode of Falcons Lab comes out for Christmas. Christmas, motherfuckers. It's going to be a hell of a Christmas present.
And with the first episode, we've basically done a Hot Ones inspired wing trivia challenge, which in the planning stages we didn't plan as much as we should have, so there are a few tweaks that we're going to make for the second time we do it, but hopefully you enjoy it nonetheless. Yeah,
the wing challenge, it's 100% something we're going to revisit with a bit more structure, as Falcon just said.
No truffle hot sauce, that was disgusting.
And no truffle hot sauce because it was gross.
Yeah.
But that first episode of Falcon's Lab, we teased it on episode 3 of the podcast. It had a little to be continued at the end. I've said it a few times this episode, but that first episode of Falcon's Lab will be out for Christmas.
If there are any hot sauces that you want us to try on there that we didn't get round to, let us know. I want to do some Nando's sauces on there at one point because they've got like an extra bloody hot one that I don't think they've got at the store. They've got like the bottle, but I don't think it's an option.
But if you've got any hot sauces or any ideas for a challenge you want to see us do, um, chuck them down below. Comment below. Let us know. Yeah, if you've got any idea for a cool challenge, you want to see us get annihilated eating something hot. You want to see us try disgusting foods for the sake of it. You want to see us do whatever, man. Whatever it is, you let us know, and we'll see if we can make it happen. We'll have more Falcons Lab coming. We'll do more interludes like this. We've also got guests. We're introducing guests officially in 2026. We've got our latest short film. Do you want to officially announce the title of that, or do we want to simmer for a bit?
No, I think we can announce it. It is, as we have teased for a while, it is a follow up to our first skit. This one is not really a skit though; it's more of a short film. We've put a lot more effort into it because the first one that was just like off the cuff. We were just having fun. It was a lot of improv. This one we planned out a little bit more. Got some different camera angles happening. And I'm happy with how it turned out.
Yeah.
This one is Falcon's Revenge.
Falcon's Revenge. Our last one we called The Confrontation, which had me taking Falcon here at gunpoint and forcing him to do the podcast. The follow up to that skit, as Falcon said, is officially a short film that will pick up where the confrontation left off. As the title implies, your boy Falcon might be getting a little bit of revenge on yours truly for being a dickhead. But
So we'll leave that up to your interpretation.
And yeah, as Falcon said, with this one we put a lot more effort into planning, a lot more effort into filming, a lot more effort into editing. I've been piecing this film together now for about a week, and I am incredibly happy with it so far. I really can't wait to show you all. But this, just the start. Short films, more skits will be coming. We're gonna dive into filming and acting and all that sort of stuff as much as we are going to be doing the podcast and our sub-series. So that should be great. Falcon's Revenge coming January 2026. Cannot wait for y'all to see it. This is a truly special piece, I think. We put a lot of effort in. There was costume changes, there was makeup tests, there was
potentially real black eyes.
It was multiple filming locations. It was a hell of a day. I think we started about 12 o'clock and just went till like 9:30, 10 o'clock at night.
Yeah, so we started like pretty early in the morning and went like till like mid-afternoon.
Yeah, bro, fucking piece of piss, you know?
Yeah.
But no, Falcon's Revenge coming 2026. Alrighty.
I think that's a wrap.
I think that's a wrap. So, I want to say cheers to everybody and all that good shit. Here's to 2:30 p.m. in the morning.
Cheers.
Cheers.